you must walk away from these 7 people. If you don't walk away from these 7 people, they will harm you. They can destroy your life for good. Number 1, suicidal people. I have seen men in particular who are suicidal kill their wife, kill the kids, and then kill themselves. I've also seen women who first kill the kids and then kill themselves. So if you notice someone is about to harm themselves, they want to kill themselves, they want to drink poison, they want to jump off a high building or a cliff or a waterfalls or to crush themselves in a car, take it very seriously. The line between life and death is very, very narrow. Get to your hotline immediately. Here in the US, there is a hotline, 988. Or you can call the police immediately, 911. Take suicidal people very seriously. A lot of people who are ready to kill themselves have no respect for human life. Now, this is not very common with children. Children who are suicidal hardly kill other people. Hardly, I'm not saying they can't, but it's very rare for a teen or a kid who is suicidal to take away the life of another person. A lot of suicidal kids take their lives all by themselves. But a lot of married people, when they are suicidal, they tend to blame their partner for their woes, for their problems, for their depression. Now watch this. Depressed people need our help. And in most cases, suicidal people are usually severely depressed in most cases, and they need our help. So I am not suggesting we abandon them in their hour of need. No, no, no. Don't misquote me. Don't quote me out of context. But I'm saying when they become suicidal, they are dangerous, not just to themselves, but even very dangerous to you and to anyone near them, to anybody around them. There is no point. Worst case scenario, if they were to die, why should they die with somebody else? There is no point for you dying because someone else is about to kill themselves. So what they need is our help and our urgent help, and you don't have the capacity to help them. So reach out for help immediately. That's my message. Call that hotline number immediately. In the US, I say it's 988, or call the police 911. In every nation, there is a hotline. There is a hotline for these cases. Get to know it. Call for help immediately. Don't just watch when someone is threatening to kill themselves, because they may take you down as they take themselves down. And that will not have helped you, and it will not have helped them. Never keep quiet with a suicidal person near you. They are not only dangerous to themselves, but they are dangerous to anybody around them. They need urgent help. This is a question of emergency and must be treated that way. Suicidal threats must be taken very seriously with a sense of urgency. Number two, people you must walk away from. Number 2, abusers. And there are very many types of abuses. Maybe I could mention 7. There is physical abuse where someone hits you. There is verbal abuse where someone calls you names. There is emotional abuse. This may be name calling or keeping quiet on you or creating a very toxic environment. Number 4, there is sexual abuse where someone wants to misuse you sexually. Number 5, there is financial abuse. Someone manipulates you financially or misuses your finances. There is spiritual abuse. Someone can't allow you to go to church, to pray, to read scriptures. Number 7, there is social abuse. Someone tries to isolate you from your relatives, from your friends. They are so insecure. They are not comfortable you talking with anybody else, not with your kids, not with your siblings, not with your parents, not with friends, male or female. They are suspicious of everyone. They are insecure individuals. You know what? If someone is abusive, if someone abuses you long enough, your life becomes a cabbage. If you are abused for many years, you become vegetative. You have a responsibility to take care of yourself. Yes, if it's a partner who is abusive, you have a right to separate with them if they are not willing to reform. You don't have a capacity to change them. People change when they want to change. In fact, in Matthew 19:8, Jesus said one reason why Moses gave a certificate of divorce was the hardness of the man's heart. This is abuse. This is abuse. Don't imagine that adultery is the only ground for separation. So, and I'm not discussing divorce here. But in terms of you separating from an abusive person, it is within your right until they're ready to reform. Someone can't get along with others until they are at peace with themselves. They get along with themselves first. They've got to put their act together before they can live with others peacefully. People you must walk away from. Number three, violent people. What's that? A violent person, I'm talking of someone who takes a cup and throws at you, or a glass, or a hammer. They threw a pan at you, or hot water, or something. If somebody throws an object, hot water, anything at you, that's a violent person. That's a dangerous person. The first law of nature is self-preservation. A violent person, you need to call the cops immediately, and you have a right to separate yourself from a violent person. In most cases, when somebody hits you once, when somebody assaults you once, it becomes a habit. Not all the time. There are people who reform, but most people who assault others physically, reasons for getting angry will be there tomorrow, will be there next year. You're not responsible for managing anybody's emotions. You're not responsible for managing anybody's anger. Every human being has a personal responsibility to manage their emotions as they occur and as they evolve. It is not your responsibility, and don't be convinced by someone that you're responsible for their anger. You have no capacity to annoy anyone else. Anger is a personal choice, just like happiness is a personal choice. Happiness cannot come to you. Happiness, peace can only come from within you. So it is with anger. Nobody has the capacity to anger someone else. Anger is a personal decision. Anger management is a personal decision. Number four, people you must walk away from. Number four, toxic people. And I'm talking of mean people, narcissists. They could be mean with the way they speak, mean with the way they act. They have created such a toxic environment at home. Your heart is bleeding, always heavy. Your feeling the air is thick. Such people, ask them that you need to go for counseling ASAP. And if they are not ready for counseling, then you have a right to break up from them. Self-care is your first responsibility. You can't take care of others before you take care of yourself. And if you remain or you live in a toxic environment, you will not eventually be able to take care of yourself or your children, because your own desire to live will be destroyed. Number five, people you must walk away from. People who are selfish. This could be friends. This could be your peers. This could be colleagues at work. But they're parasites. If you go to a restaurant, only you can pay the bills. They come to your house and eat the food, but they don't invite you to their house. All they see is what they can get out of you, not what they can give you. Such people, you need to share responsibilities. If it's a partner who lives in your house, you're married to somebody, this could be your husband, your wife, but they are not doing anything. They are scrolling through social media all day long or watching TV. Even if they're not working, share responsibilities. Tell them, look, the rent is $2,000. You got to pay $1,000, I pay $1,000, or mortgage, or whatever it is, or the utility bills. Give them responsibility whether they are working or not, and these kind of guys require an ultimatum. If in 3 months' time we lag behind in our mortgage or in our rent because you have not paid the rent, I will leave this house and I'll get my own house. Why should you do that? If you continually feed somebody who is an adult, who is mature, who is not sick long enough, you are not doing them justice. You are destroying their resourcefulness. You get an animal from the jungle, like a lion, a tiger, cheetah, leopard, a jaguar, name it, or a bear. And you feed him long enough in the zoo for 6 continuous months. If you release that animal back to the jungle, it dies. It can't hunt. It is still waiting for you to bring the food. You treat a human being the same way and you destroy their resourcefulness. I'm saying this because there's some women who keep men who are not working. They're not doing anything. You feed this guy 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. The guy's not working. He can't start a business. He sees you as the provider. He is a parasite, sucking the life out of you. This is reckless, not just to you, even to him. You're not helping them. You're enabling the laziness. You are feeding into the wrong behavior. You need to cut the supplies for him to begin to think. Necessity is the mother of invention. Whatever is given for nothing is valued for nothing. People tend to trash when everything is provided free of charge, and eventually they abuse it. Eventually they don't appreciate your effort. They take it for granted. You've got to cut those supply chains for them to begin thinking by cutting the bills into half. If it's a colleague at work and they follow you during lunch hour, you don't have to change going to the restaurant because of them. But when they come, just ask for your bill. Tell the waiter, bring my bill alone. Separate the bills. And you make them to begin to think. Number 6, stingy people. These are people who are mean. They don't like spending their money. They like spending your money. Answer, stop buying them stuff. Stop entertaining their meanness and their stinginess. Let everyone carry their cross. Let everyone take their personal responsibility. Remember this. Helping stingy people is not charity. It is not even recorded in God's book as generosity. No. Your generosity and your help should go to the kingdom of God and to the needy, to the orphans, to the homeless, to the senior citizens, to the sick, to people who are actually needy, not somebody who is working. A stingy person is working. They have the money, but they don't like spending their money. They like spending your money. This is a parasite. Relationships cannot thrive when they're parasitic. Healthy relationships are symbiotic. We help each other. We meet on a middle ground. You scratch my back, I scratch your back. That's the human nature. Somebody can't always be on the receiving end. No way. A relationship cannot be healthy when you are always on the giving end. Your giving, yes, should go to the needy, not to people who are capable, people who are earning, people who are doing well. They are just mean. They don't like spending their money. They like going for lunch date, dinner date on your money. And this can even be a spouse. You don't know what they do with their money. They always ride on your money. Your money is family money. Their money is their money. Come on. It has to be a pool, a family pool. It's not her money, his money. It's our money, our utility bills, our responsibilities. Number 7, the people you must walk away from. Number 7, criminals. People who are involved in crime, whether it's your brother or your sister, whether it's your husband or your wife, whether it's your son or your daughter. They are trafficking children, sex trafficking. They are trafficking drugs. They are selling drugs. They are involved in robbery with violence. They are robbing a bank or a shop or a supermarket. You've got to report them to the cops. If you don't do that, you will collect them when they are cops. In the streets, they will be shot dead, either by mob justice or by a bullet from a cop. They are better off behind bars. They are better off in jail or in prison rather than you burying them. They would rather be reformed, rehabilitated behind bars rather than you going to bury them. Yes, reporting them to cops is the right thing to do. A criminal is dangerous to you, to other people, and to themselves, and they need to be reported irrespective of your relationship with them. Well, I know these are extreme thoughts. Let me know your thoughts, your comments. I respect your comments. Even if you disagree with me, please give me your comments. Share this video with others. Let's continue this discussion. And please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get notified when I upload new videos. I upload new videos every week. You don't want to miss out on my latest videos. Thank you so much, and God bless you. Cheers!